The Honorable Secretary Kavango East is right here. I'm also seeing the Honorable Secretary of Oshana.
Thank you very much. Shall we take our seats, please? To kickstart our event, can I kindly invite the Reverend Father Shujike Lucas Nekaro to please open our event with a prayer. Reverend Nekaro.
Before we pray, shall we visit the Bible, the Old Testament? And in the Old Testament, we see that God provided decentralization, and this decentralization was provided to Moses. If we go to the book of Exodus, chapter 18, from verses 13 going downwards there, we see the father-in-law of Moses visiting him and telling him that you cannot do everything alone, you are going to burn out. Therefore, look for people who can help you to do this work. And Moses chose the 72 judges among his people who started helping him to make decisions from different groupings. So therefore, what we are celebrating today, it's biblical. Shall we pray? Our Heavenly Father, we call upon your name, and may you send the Holy Spirit to be with us. We thank you, God, because you have raised up, anointed, and appointed people from among ourselves to lead your country in different areas, and especially in local authorities. What an honor and privilege it is to be entrusted with this responsibility. Reassured by the knowledge of your abiding presence, may our leaders continue to be courageous, to reach out and support one another, and especially to stand firm in what is true according to our African realities. Lord, we also thank you for your enduring presence and the perfect wisdom that illuminates the thoughts, decisions, and actions of our leaders, for your endless patience, compassion, and love. Help us all to remain focused on you, especially as we develop our education, as we develop our skills, that whatever we do, may they be rooted in African realities. As we pray for this day, when leadership, authority, and decision-making has been given to lower organs, we pray for this prayer also for ourselves, that in our relationships with one another, as we help to educate one another, as we help to transmit these skills to others, help us to have the same mindset as Jesus, who, despite being very nature God, he humbled himself to full humanness, to save others, and not for personal gain, but so that others would know you. By your grace, may our examples, our actions, and our reactions in serving others point people to you in African realities. And this is our prayer we make as we all say, Amen.
Thank you very much, Father Nekaro, for the opening prayer. My name is Ngidinma Daniel. I'm the Executive Director in the Ministry responsible for urban and rural development, and I have the honor of co-directing today's celebration together with my sister, Madam Elizabeth Kabukuru, who is the Acting Chief Regional Officer for Kavango West Regional Council, our host region for this year's event. I would like to set the protocol as follows. Honorable Erastus Utoni, Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Honorable Lucas Sinimbo Muha, Chairperson of the National Council, Honorable Faustina Kale, Deputy Minister of Education, Arts and Culture, Honorable Silka Ausiku, Governor of Kavango West Region, represented by Honorable Titus Shudifonya, Councillor from Pungu Constituency and member of the Management Committee of Kavango West Regional Council, Honorable Governors present, Honorable Joseph Sikongo, Chairperson of Kavango West Regional Council, other Honorable Chairpersons and members of Regional Councils present, Your Worship, Honorable Councillor Jafet Muti, Mayor of Gunekuru Town, other Honorable Mayors and members of local authority councils present, the Regional Commander of the Namibian Police Force, esteemed traditional and spiritual leaders, colleagues, executive directors, chief regional officers, chief executive officers of offices, ministries, regional councils, and local authorities present, distinguished invited guests, residents of Kavango West, fellow Namibians, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and welcome to the 24th day of African Decentralization, Local Governance, and Local Development, which is being celebrated this year under the following theme: Building Resilient Education, Skilling Systems Rooted in Africa's Realities at Local Level. And the theme has two sub-themes. The first sub-theme is addressing the problem of young people who are neither in education, in employment, nor training. And the second sub-theme is school food, a key issue in educating the youth in production and consumption of local products, thus contributing to Africa's food sovereignty. I would like to give you a rundown of where the day that we, together with our fellow brothers and sisters on the continent, are celebrating. And this day is celebrated on the 10th of August. We are celebrating it much earlier. And our celebrations kicked off yesterday, where we had a panel discussion just to ventilate and provide more context and clarity on the various themes, on the main theme and the sub-themes that have been decided upon. And today is the main event, and I'm glad that we have come through. Now, this day comes in the following context. In 2014, guided by the objectives and principles enshrined in the Constituent Act of the African Union, particularly Article 3 and 4 of that Act, which emphasize the significance of good governance, popular participation, the rule of law, and human rights, and recognizing the various forms of decentralization, including deconcentration, delegation, and devolution in the political and the financial spheres, members of the African Union adopted the Africa Charter on the values and principles of decentralization, local governance, and local development. Back at home, the relevance of the day that we are commemorating today which is premised on democracy and development, is clearly set out in terms of Article 1, Sub-Article 1 and 2 of the Constitution of the Republic of Namibia, which reads as follows. The Republic of Namibia is hereby established as a sovereign, secular, democratic, and unitary state, founded upon the principles of democracy, the rule of law, and justice for all. Sub-Article 2 reads as follows. All powers shall vest in the people of Namibia, who shall exercise their sovereignty through the democratic institutions of the state. I would wish to take you in memory lanes. We have a policy on decentralization, and that policy was motivated back in September 1997 by the then minister responsible for regional and local government. May he so rest in peace. That is late Honorable Dr. Nicky Yambo. And when he motivated the decentralization policy in Parliament, he had the following to say. In Namibia, we have two very important issues which have historically been denied to majority of our people. And those issues are democracy and development. He went on to say the following. The only guarantor for democracy is people making their own political, cultural, social, and developmental decisions at their own level. And the only safeguard of sustainable development is when people participate in setting their own priorities and are involved in planning, implementing, monitoring such priorities, and evaluating them themselves within the overall national interest. End of quote. Once again, good morning and welcome to this year's Day, African Day of Decentralization, Local Governance, and Local Development. May I now invite my co-director, Madame Kakukuru, to please usher us and lead us into the next three items. Please give her a round of applause.
Thank you, Co-Director Edie Ngidino. As already introduced, my name is Kakukuru Elizabeth. I'm Director for Regional Development Integration with the Kavango West Regional Council, but currently the Acting Chief Regional Officer. Let me stand by the protocol as already set by my co-director. I'm going to call our first speaker, who is going to give us welcoming remarks. And this is none than His Worship, the Mayor of Kurenkuru Town, Honorable Yafet Muti.
Thank you very much, Director of this proceeding, Ms. Kakukuru Elizabeth, who is the Acting Chief Regional Officer, with the co-host, Mr. Daniel Gidinwa, the Executive Director in the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, Honorable Erastus Utoni, Minister of Urban and Rural Development, the Chairperson of the National Council, Honorable Muha Lucas, Honorable Faustina Kalei, the Deputy Minister of Education, Art and Culture, Honorable Sirka Usiku, in absentia, the Governor of Kavango West Region, represented by Honorable Shudifonya, and all honorable governors present here. Member of Parliament, Honorable Joseph Svakus Kongo, the chairperson of Kavango West Regional Council, and other chairperson of the different regional council present here. I can see our elder here. Welcome to Murekuru. Vahompa vetu semo muli omu nonetu amtambura otate Kudumo notate Alphonse Kaundu ndi vakale lipo onomndiro detu mayors of different towns. I'm happy to see there are many. Enana is here, my brother Rundu, Okahao was the first. I can see our senior from the coast, Ongwediwa, and other mayors who are present here. Omukuyungasi osekunikasi kwa Mtambura. Regional councillors and other local authority councillors present here. I worship the Deputy Mayor, also present, Fadi Kahundu. The Mr. Ndimba Peter, Chief Executive Officer of Murekuru Town, and other Chief Executive Officers who are present here. I can see Vince Vai, CA, and others feel welcomed. Board of Directors, Head of Institution, present here, Velvicia, IOM, and others, institutions which are present here. Nampol Kavango West Regional Commander, Commissioner Julia Sakua, Neo, and other law enforcement present here. Reverend Lucas, who opened our event with a scripture reading and prayer, and he quoted from the Bible where he's talking about the decentralization. Captain of Industry, member of the Business Fraternity, Vanangesefa, Nukuti mburamu wakuru na wetu, mweli wakuru na wetu, mwongure nkuru, awakara mwigongi, Kenyapa, na mono tate Veyo, tate Yosef, na mono tate Muti, Nwakwao, oh yeah, former Deputy Mayor, naona wamono. Vamuta mkusirenge pomorasi tekwa kuwizoko kabina kumona na akwida. Nyetu amtambura wakwetu kweimwa wiza. Vanangesefa suroseni esi sokuli hidai mwa karanayo. Member of the media and press, learners. I could see learners from different schools who are present here. Kurenguru Combined is also here. Riverside Academy, High School, I saw them also. Twamtambura. Namvenye twamtambura kwa wiza. And all protocol observed. Good morning. It's my great pleasure and honor to welcome all of you to the 2024 African Day of Decentralization, Local Governance, and Local Development Commemoration in the beautiful and the fast-growing town of Nkurenkuru, the only town we have in our region, which is the capital of Kavango West. We are delighted to be your host for the exciting and dynamic event. Your presence here today is a great appreciated and underscore the importance of this gathering. Directors of ceremony, honorable ministers, we are excited to host you in our town, Nkurenkuru. Nkurenkuru is a quiet town, a peaceful town with fast-growing economy. It has a lot of potential in different sectors, such as tourism, educational sectors, hospitality. When I'm talking about hospitality, I'm giving an apology. I know most of you who came, you will struggle with the accommodation. So we are still growing, and this is the challenge we are giving to you. We are inviting you, bring the development. So the sector of agriculture, infrastructures such as housing, shopping mall and flats, and manufacturing sectors in which potential investors can explore and invest. Nkurenkuru town has a fast-growing population. We are at 15,000 population, but keep in mind that we are accommodating the neighbors, which is Angola. The population also there, they are coming to Nkurenkuru to get assistance, to buy their things. It is a good opportunity now for the investors. The majority of the residents are working adults who can support business to flourish. We have our water, which is quite enough, the river. We have the fertile soil. This makes us a preferred destination of horticulture and aquaculture investment. Nkurenkuru town provides reliable services such as water connection, electricity, urban land, which is precondition for business to thrive. I would like to appeal to potential investors to consider investing in all aforementioned areas to enhance service delivery to promote local economic development in town. Director of ceremony, decentralization has been urged as a tool to eradicate poverty in our country. Decentralization will enhance local people access to local relevant decision making through which they will be able to control local resources so that they may be utilized according to their own priority. Therefore, it is a plea to all those who have received land from the Council to ensure that they fast-track the construction of the earmarked project to contribute to economic development of the fast-growing town. In the same vein, I would like to call upon all government institutions to decentralize their service to Nkurenkuru. Doing so, they will shorten the distance of traveling by many residents from the beautiful and the young image Kavango West region. I wish not to exhaust my time further, hence permit me on behalf of the people of Nkurenkuru and indeed on my own behalf to welcome you all to the African Day of Decentralization, Local Governance and Local Development Commemoration in Nkurenkuru, which is Kavango West region. You are all welcome, and thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much, Mayor, for those welcoming remarks. Yes, indeed, you have highlighted what Nkurenkuru as a town has to offer. Going forward with our program, I'm now going to call upon Honorable Titus Shudifonya, our councillor from Pungu constituency, and also a member of the management committee, to come and deliver the statement of our Honorable Governor Sirka Ausik. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam of Director, for giving me this floor to present our Honorable Governor. Honorable Erastus Utoni, Minister of Urban and Rural Development. Honorable Lucas Nibomuha, Chairperson of the National Council and Mankumbi Constituency Councillor. Honorable Faustina Kalei, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture. All Honorable Governor present, all Chairperson. Due to time constraint, Director of Proceeding, allow me to stand in the protocol as already established. It is an honor for me to address you all today in this very important occasion of the celebrating the 2024 African Decentralization, Local Governance and Local Development under the theme, Building a Resilient Education Skilling System Rooted in Africa's Realities at Local Level. For those who have been following my State of the Regional Address, over the years, will agree with me that my call has been on decentralization, where I have been calling OMAs to delegate their function to Kavango West region to bring service closer to the people. The development state of our region continues to improve, and I'm pleased that more institutions have opened their office in the region, which was not the case in the past. This year's theme, Building a Resilient Education and Skilling System Rooted in Africa's Realities at Local Level, is resonating well with the region's quest for more institutions of higher learning that will provide the required skill needed for the achievement of the regional goals and the objectives. The completion of the Nkurenkuru Vocational Training Center will fill the gap in the skill required, especially for the youth who are neither in employment, education, or training. The presence of the Nkurenkuru VTC and other institutions of higher learning, complemented by the Youth Target Empowerment Program, will equip the youth with the skills and capabilities needed for addressing the region's challenges, such as poor road network infrastructure, inadequate water infrastructure, inadequate rural electrification infrastructure, poor mobile communication networks, that prevail in most parts of the region. Use-friendly institutions such as Multi-Purpose Resource Center, which is currently under construction, are crucial for the empowerment of the youth in the region. The region continues to use its comparative advantage of its abundant natural resources in shaping its priority area, namely agriculture, manufacturing, community-based tourism, and infrastructure development. With great investment in this sector, we can change the livelihood of our community. In conclusion, the region continues calling on all Omas to decentralize their functions to the regional council to improve service delivery to our community, especially service dealing with the vulnerable community, among others. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Siodifonya. Yes, indeed, we all can recall that decentralization is very close to the heart of our governor. Year in, year out, in her State of the Regional Address, she has been calling on all Omas to come and set up their offices here in Kurenkuru. So the celebration of this day in Kurenkuru could not have come at an opportune time. So we thank you very much for that statement again that is reminding us of what you have been calling all the years. Next on our program, we are going to have a cultural performance from a youth group. We are going to have a performance from one youth cultural group. Kauharere Youth Group, the floor is yours to come and give us your performance.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please give them a deserving round of applause. Thank you very much. That's the Kauharere Youth Cultural Group. Honorable Minister, I was looking at you when the cultural group was performing, and I could see you were making movements in your seat. I was hoping that after those dancing lessons that you were given by our late president, you were going to dance or to join the cultural group. But there is more performances to come, and I'm sure it should be okay for you to lead us into celebrations. Building resilient education and skill systems rooted in Africa's realities and at local level. This theme puts to the center the importance of education. Please join me in welcoming to the podium our guest speaker, representing the ministry that is entrusted with education, arts and culture, Honorable Faustina Calais, to deliver a message. Honorable Calais, please, may I invite you to the podium.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies, for this opportunity given to our ministry to give some remarks on this very important day. Director of Ceremonies, Honorable Erastus Utoni, Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Honorable Lucas Nimbo, Chairperson of National Council, Honorable Sirka Osiku, Governor of Kavango West, represented by Sudifanya, Regional Councillor of Pungu Constituency, Your Worship, the Mayor of Kurenkuru Town and all the other mayors present, allow me, Director of Ceremony, to stand on the protocol as established earlier. I'm so happy this morning seeing our colleagues all the way from Sati, the governor is here, Ongwediva, the mayors here, our regional councillors present, and our colleagues all the way from the south is here, all the regions are represented, I can see. Kurenkuru, mwatumbike maudano. Awetu kumwaditona nongoma ngesi, oseba mwasi, epepele ange kapeli zuvungoma. Natu wenye tuaduka, tuyadane udano decentralization. Pandwe mwatutambura uneni ngoso. It is such a privilege and an honor to stand before you today, this morning, as we commemorate the 24th Africa Day of Decentralization under the theme Building Resilience Education and Skilling Systems Rooted in Africa and Realities at Local Level. A theme that is carefully chosen in line with African Union theme for the year 2024. And African Union declared 2024 as the year of education. An AU theme, and I'm quoting, educate and skill for the 21st century, building resilient education system for increased access to inclusive, lifelong, quality, and relevant learning in Africa, end of quote. You could not have chosen a fitting place to host the celebration to mark this year's Day of Decentralization under the theme than this very place. We are in Kurenkuru. It speaks volumes for us to hear today and talk about building skills rooted at the realities of the local level. For us in education, just for your information, 2024, according to the 15th school day statistics, we are having in our schools 896,311 learners in our different schools. And these learners are taught by 33,322 teachers. And we established across the country 2,036 schools, both public and private. So decentralization for us in education is really a core. That is the way to go. If we have to bring service closer to our people. There is no doubt that education is surely the greatest equalizer. It is so important that as a country we invest in education because this is the future. And I thank our government that when you look at the national budget, they prioritize education. And we have the biggest pie because of the importance that we invest in education. It can open doors to jobs, resources, and skills that help a person not only to survive, but to thrive. Quality education helps a child develop social skills, cognitive skills, communication skills, and emotional. Education can break the cycle of poverty in families or societies, which is mainly caused by inequalities. Director of Ceremonies, our gathering here this morning signifies the many milestones we have achieved as a country in decentralization government services to the grassroots level. The Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture takes pride in being an active participant of the decentralization process, which is aiming at taking the services closer to our people. Our ministry is one of the pioneering ministries that have decentralized its function to all 14 regions. We have well-established and functioning directorates which are under the 14 regional councils with staff members up to the level of directors. The staff members of the ministries in the regions are part and parcel of the regional councils staff members, and the reporting lines is through to the regional councils. All the 14 regions through the regional councils are executing all delegated functions, namely the teaching and learning, processing of the recruitment of staff members and payment, managing the expenses budget and assets, etc. Another good example is when we have the money at the central level. Currently, the money we are sending as a grant is sent direct at the local level, meaning linked to our schools, because we believe in the governance at the local level, even where the chairperson is from the school boards. And we trust that the control and all the measures are taken, and so that the people at the school level within that community can be served closer. Even the function of arts and culture, which were later added to the ministry, have also been formally decentralized to the region, so that we have cultural officers in each region as part of the regional council structure. The aim, ladies and gentlemen, of bringing services closer to the people is to ensure speedy and efficient service delivery, whereby some decisions can be taken at the regional level without having to wait for the answer from the central level, which may take long time, while learners may be sitting without teachers or the much-needed teaching and learning support materials. Through decentralization, communities are empowered in many decision-making, like where a school may establish, because they know the context better than people at the central level. Director of ceremonies, in order for decentralization to function smoothly, it is important that the decentralized staff members are fully integrated in the regional council structures, and that regional councils take these staff members as part and parcel of the regional councils. The challenges of the office space is some of the regions remain a serious challenge, as some of our staff members are operating far from the regional council offices in terms of distance. Overall, let us all embrace the principles of decentralization as we aim to deliver efficient and timely service to our people for the advancement of inclusivity and national development. Thank you for your kind attention.
Please keep it going for the Honorable Deputy Minister. And thank you very much, Honorable Kale, for your statement. Indeed, we can confirm, as the coordinating institution in terms of the implementation of decentralization, that the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture is one of the pioneers, the leading implementers of decentralization. Thank you very much. And indeed, in keeping with the theme of this year, which puts the light on education, indeed you have given us assurance of what Swami Vivekananda said, and I quote, "We want the education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, the intelligence is expanded, and by which one can stand on one's feet." Thank you very much once again for your statement, Honorable Deputy Minister. And I would now like to invite the police dance band to give us two performances.
Thank you very much. The song that the lady police today is going to give you is the song titled Africa, and this one is by the legendary Salif Keita. We're gonna sing together, and enjoy the song.
Africa, oh, Africa, oh, manyoneban. Africa, 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 eh. Africa, oh, Africa, oh, manyoneban. Africa, 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 eh. Ça fait des peines. Ça fait vibrer, ça fait danser, oh Africa. Ça fait rêver, ça fait vibrer, ça fait danser, oh Africa. Bali ura bara jana ya bisa tesorona, pake wala ye, wala la malilela, lakini ni Gabon, Namibia, Angola. Okay. Oh Africa, oh yeah, oh Africa, 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 yeah. Oh Africa, oh yeah, oh Africa, 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 yeah. C'est beaucoup, mangez beaucoup, oh Africa, c'est un symphone. Mangez beaucoup, dansez beaucoup, oh Africa. America ura baranja ya visa tesorona, pake wala ye, wale la Mandela Railway, Johannesburg, le Ghana, Senegal, ou Benin, ou Yaoundé. Pays. Oh Africa, oh yeah, oh Africa, 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 yeah. Oh Africa, oh yeah, oh Africa, 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 yeah. Africa, 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 eh. Africa, 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 eh. Ya tiki, ya tole, ya fufu, ya futu, ya loco, oh, kalupo monje. Ya titi, ya yasa, ya mabe, e bakoy, ya loco, oh, kalupo monje. Oh Africa, oh yeah, oh Africa, 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 eh. Oh Africa, oh yeah, oh Africa, 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 eh.
Are we there? Are you ready? One more. This one is called TikTok dance. Are you ready for TikTok dance? Are you ready? Students over there, this one is for you, TikTok dance. Are you ready? I want to hear you. Are you ready? Okay. Murakoze cyane. Enjoy. Number Queen on the stage. Tatiana. Thank you.
I can see we want more, so I will allow them to give another selection, please.
Thank you. The next song we are going to give you is the song by the latest legend from Angola, Handanga. The song is titled Ukai Disole.
Ombela ya wande chomala vongunjo kulitea. Okandela kawa kawe, okandela kawa kawa ukawota. Epekengeta kumai, siabali. Epekengeta kumai, siabali. Lemba vyatate we, tunaliwala. Okambela kawande chomala vongujo kulitea. Ombela ya wande chomala vongujo kulitea. Okandela kawa kawe, okandela kawa kawa ukawota. Epekengeta kumai, siabali. Epekengeta kumai, siabali. Ilemba vyatate we, ilemba vyatate we, tikaviwala. Epekengeta kumai, siabali. pekeke kakumai siyabali ilemba vya tatewe ilemba vya tatewe ikaviwala.
Please give the police dance band a deserving round of applause for those wonderful performances. We still have time, and I'm sure we are going to invite all the performing groups once again back. We are celebrating our mother continent. We are celebrating the day of decentralization, local governance, and development. And what more but to reflect back, and in those many, many years back, the founding president of the Republic of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah, said the following about Africa, and I quote, "I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me," end of quote. A certain Eliot said the following, if you only have to visit 2 continents in your life, visit Africa twice. If you only have to visit 2 continents in your life, then visit Africa twice. And then there's a British author by the name of Brian Jackman, and he said the following about Africa. "Africa changes you forever, like nowhere on earth. Once you have been there, you will never be the same again. But how do you begin to describe Africa's magic to someone who has never felt it?" End of quote. Honorable Minister, we are here as your team, and I am about to invite you to address us, but before I do that, I'm sure you want to know who exactly has responded to your invitation from all the 14 regions of this republic. If it is okay with you, allow me to call the regions one by one, and by way of standing, we will have the regional governor, the honorable chairperson, and the whole team from those regions stand up when I call them. Shall we start down south? Karas region. Karas, are you in the house? Okay, they are not here. Hardap region. They are also not here. Commerce region. Okay, I'm seeing the CRO of Commerce Regional Council is here, and the others. Welcome, Commerce. Omaheke, are you in the house? Omaheke, welcome. Kunene region, are you in the house? Kunene, welcome. Thank you very much. Erongo. Erongo, are you here? I'm seeing Hentis by, I'm seeing, welcome. Welcome, Erongo. Do we have Omusati in the house? The Honorable Governor and the Chairperson and the whole team is here. Thank you very much. Omusati, Oshana. Welcome, Oshana. Oshikoto. Honorable Chairperson, the CRO, they are here. Thank you very much. Ohangwena region, His Worship the Mayor of Enana Town is here also. Thank you very much, Ohangwena. Shall we move on to Zambezi? Zambezi, are you in the house? Are you part of the celebrations? Welcome, Zambezi. Then we are going to Ochodonjupa region. Are you with us? Okay, Ochodonjupa, I'm sure they are following online. We are live through NBC, various platforms, and therefore it's possible that if some regions are not physically here, they are with us still virtually, and they are following us. So we ended with Zambezi, Otojondupa. Also, I'm sure they are going to be with us, or they are with us already. And then Kavango East. I've seen the Honorable Chairperson and the whole team, the neighboring region. There's no reason and there's no way that they would not be here. Thank you very much, Kavango East. Have I left any other region? Well, I left the best for last. Kavango West, our host. Kavango West, thank you so much for your warm welcome. And the Honorable Chairperson of the Kavango West Regional Council was just reminding me to say, Edie, there comes a time in one's life when you have to be the host. And that time is this year. Honorable Sikongo and your able team, together with the Honorable Governor, thank you very much for having us in your region. Leadership is not about glorious crowning acts. It's about keeping your team focused on a goal and motivated to do their best to achieve the goal, especially when the stakes are high and the consequences really matter. The person that I'm about to call to the podium is the captain of the ship. And he has been keeping us together and continue to keep us together. Please, may I kindly ask you to join me in standing as we welcome to the podium our Minister, Honorable Erastus Tony, to deliver his keynote address. Comrade Minister, may I hand the podium to you, please.
Thank you very much. Please have your seat. Thank you very much, directors of ceremony. Maybe before I do my salutation, I just want to say, Chief, this is very interesting. You know how beautiful decentralization is. Decentralization can reach everywhere, even the police. Have you seen how they are doing here? And they are even talking about TikTok. Is it TikTok or what? Yeah? Oh, TikTok. Oh. Huh. If things were not decentralized, we could not hear all these things. Maybe you are going to repeat that one because everybody wanted to come and dance, but I will not dance because the mayor of Ngwediva maybe will dance. Remember Yambula, will you be able to do like this? Maybe other people will come and give them the drum. The young people were performing here. So that is decentralization. Okay, thank you very much. Once more again, directors of our proceeding, Honorable Lucas Sinimbo, Sinimbo Muha, Chairperson of National Council, Honorable Faustine Galay, Deputy Minister of Education, Arts and Culture, Honorable Silka Ausiku, Governor of Kavango West Region, and other governors present here. Of course, the Governor of Kavango West Region is being represented by Councillor Shutifonya. Honorable Joseph Sikongo, Chairperson of Kavango West Regional Council. Other honorable chairpersons and members of the regional councils present. Your Worship, Councillor Yafet Muti, Mayor of Kurenkul Town Council, and other mayors and members of local authority councillors present here, esteemed executive directors, chief regional officers, chief executive officers, and officials from various ministries, and also from regional councils and local authorities, a distinguished invited guest and residents of Kavango West Region, fellow Namibians, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, members of the media. I'm told MBC is disseminating information throughout the country, and I want to applaud you for what you are doing, and of course, other medias, you are doing the same thing. A good morning to you all. Are you happy? Are you happy with what? Yeah? You don't know what you are happy for? With decentralization. Yeah, with decentralization. So thank you very much, honorable members. I'm extremely delighted to be here with you in Kurenkulu town, the capital of Kavango West region, for us to join other African Union members or member states in commemorating the African Day of Decentralization, Local Governance, and Local Development. In this connection, I wish to thank you all, fellow countrymen and women who are here in person, and also those who are following these proceedings through the platforms of national broadcaster, the NBC, and other media houses. Director of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, this year's day is being celebrated under the theme, Building Resilient Education and Skilling Systems, rooted in Africa's realities at all local level, which is subdivided into two sub-themes, namely, addressing the problems of young people who are neither in education, employment, nor training, and school food, a key issue in educating the youth in production and consumption of local products, thus contributing to Africa's food sovereignty. In this connection, I wish to express my special thanks to the Deputy Minister of Education, Arts and Culture, Honorable Faustina Galay, our guest speaker, for joining us and her message on the topic that she is so familiar with, that is education and training. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Minister, and through you, the Minister, for your message. Our event today was preceded by panel discussions involving experts and stakeholders in education and skills development, including learners, students, and youth groups. This is a new aspect that started this year, and I'm informed that the discussions were interactive and provided valuable insights. Well done to the organizers, Kavango West Regional Council, other institutions that took part, and the team from my ministry. Directors of ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, the theme and sub-themes for this year's Africa Day of Decentralization and Local Development are so relevant and in line with Africa's Agenda 2063, and particularly Aspiration 1, which envisions a prosperous Africa based on inclusive growth and sustainable development, as well as Aspiration 6, which advocates for an African whose development is people-driven, relying on the potential of African people, especially its women and youth, and caring for children. These themes that have been chosen for this year emphasize the central role of education and skills training in bringing about inclusive and sustainable development. I want to put emphasis on this point. My fellow leaders, decentralization is so nice. Have you noticed that? Decentralization is so nice. Maybe some of you have not really analyzed it, how beautiful it is. If there was no such a thing like decentralization, we could not have a region today referred to as Kavango West. You see that? We could not have a local authority referred to it as Kurenguru town. We could not have a hall, this is a hall, ne? Where we are sitting this morning. If there was not such a thing, there could be no one could think and innovate to bring up all this development. You know, when we started with local authorities, when government started now to proclaim a number of local authorities countrywide, because decentralization is not only talking about establishing institutions, but it's also focusing on economic empowerment. Of course, skills and talents. Because the local leaders, when they have that power, they'll be able to identify what is needed for their community in their respective area. In 1992, when we became local authorities in the northern part of the country, when it comes to economic development, there used to be, you know, what we refer to it, Vinduk show. I'm now talking about economic. There used to be some show in terms of business, and we refer to it as a showground in Vinduk. That was the only show in Namibia, if I'm not mistaken. Now, many people, when they hear that there's a show in terms of business, of course, they were just showing a number of, I think it's cattle, sheep, goats, and some other few items or products. It's only Windhoek, 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 Windhoek. But when government decided to decentralize, now leaders who were given that power in their localities, these are now regional councillors, the local authorities, and so on. They started to innovate and initiate more. That we can not only concentrate to one show in the central capital alone. Our children cannot always run to Windhoek show. We can also come up with our trade fairs in our own areas. You see how the impact of decentralization is. And some people, when the trade fair started to expand, some people were like criticizing that why do we have to have too many trade fairs all over the country? I almost also joined them because I was like, I wanted to be selfish only in Ongwediva. But later I realized that no, I think we need to expand the economy all over the country, to expose different products, and also to allow our people to learn more. But they can only learn when we have that trade fair close to them. Because people in Kavango and Nkulu cannot travel to Ongwediva, cannot travel to Redrets, to Windhoek. Hence, you as leaders, you decided to come up with this. And that is a good thing. It's only because government has decentralized this power, and for you now to start innovating and initiating. That is part of decentralization. This time around, we used to enjoy. Of recent, we were here in June, I think so. There was an expo here, isn't it? Many people came here. And some of the people now will come back to come and do investment here. But if there was no such a thing in leadership here, there could be no development. Of recent again, we were in Enhana, Herao Nafidi. Is it Herao Nafidi? Enhana, Okongo, Okahao. There are many. Where else? Ondangwa. Very soon we'll be in Ongwediva. And that is a good thing. Many of you are now visiting those local authorities. And you are going there also to see how others are doing their things. Decentralization, it's a good thing. It has got a lot of positive things, but it also has a lot of challenges. Because it might demand a lot of resources. That is decentralization. And that is what I'm saying, decentralization, it's so beautiful. So you have to appreciate the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, who is spearheading on behalf of government this process of decentralization. So we should understand what the role of decentralization is. It is also recognized that our youth face numerous challenges and circumstances that result in some of them not having the opportunity to access education and to gain skills that can enable them to get employment and to live a meaningful life, as well as to contribute to national development, including food production and security. By equipping the youth with appropriate hands-on and entrepreneurial skills in particular, we harness their opportunities for employment and become creators of jobs and wealth. This is relevant in the world of today, where critical skills has become a new global currency, which is accepted everywhere. Indeed, skills and innovation are key drivers of productivity, efficiency, and competitiveness in prosperous scientists and economies. The theme of the day challenges us, government at all levels, as well as institutions of learning and training, to deliberately design and implement programs that are inclusive and responsive to local realities and the needs of all citizens, particularly our youth. Director of Ceremonies, esteemed ladies and gentlemen, as you are aware, Namibia, like many other countries in the sub-regions, is experiencing severe drought, which has exposed many communities to the risk of hunger and malnutrition due to limited access to water, poor crop yield, and grazing for livestock. The harsh effects and impact of this natural phenomenon are most felt at regional and local level, especially among our rural communities. Our survival in challenges times such as this requires collective and coordinated actions, an approach that ensures that our education, skilling, and food production systems are resilient, inclusive, and deeply rooted in our local realities. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure that government policies and developmental interventions are relevant and responsive to the needs and realities of our people at the local levels, our Constitution provides for sub-government structures, namely regional councils and local authorities councils, whose members are directly elected by the people and who have a legal duty to ensure that government policies, laws, and programs are designed with the involvement and are informed by the needs of the people and local realities. In addition to the provisions of the supreme law of our land, the Constitution, the role of grassroots communities in governance and in development is emphasized through targeted policies and legal instruments such as our policy and law of decentralization, which provide and guide a systematic transfer of functions and decision-making powers from offices and ministries at the central level to institutions of government that are closer to the people at regional and local levels. Deliberate structures such as developmental committees have also been created to ensure the participation of members of the community in planning and execution of initiatives that affect them and are aimed at bringing about their development. Esteemed ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today and going forward, let us reaffirm our commitment, continue to work together and towards building institutions, systems, and processes that are resilient, inclusive, and responsive to our local realities and the diverse needs of our members of our society. In conclusion, I just want to say and to thank. Of course, there will be somebody to thank, but on my own, I want to thank the organizers who have really brought everyone here under the same roof to celebrate together. It's not easy. It's not easy to bring this gathering together. But I now also want to say that, you see, through this interaction, have you also realized that, most of the time we are meeting to start and do interaction? Have you realized that? Of recent, we just met in Windhoek. What were we doing there? You already forgot. Of recent, we were just in Windhoek. All of us. Now you forgot. It was about housing policy. Yes. And that was for us to organize ourselves, to see how we can then start servicing areas to provide shelters for our people. So that is part of decentralization. So with that, I wish us all a happy African Day of decentralization, local governance, and local development, and I thank you for your attention.
And as you are taking your seats, please give the Honourable Minister another round of applause. Yes, indeed, Honourable Minister, there is so much that we are doing and can do more through instruments such as the policy and enabling law on decentralization. Yesterday, during the panel discussions, indeed, we had insights that brought to the fore exactly the benefits that we are accruing through implementation of decentralized system of governance. Among others, we had the Chief Executive Officer of Kurenkuru Town, who was able to give us a rundown of the role of a regional council in supporting development rooted in the realities of the local communities. He was able to demonstrate that Kurekuru is growing, and this is similar to other local authorities, because of the partnership and the coordinated development between that tier of government and the other stakeholders. He made reference to the availability of serviced land that is made available to institutions of higher learning. And it was also very gratifying that as part of our panel discussion yesterday, we also have had representatives of the academia, the education institutions, among them IUM was here, UNAM was also there. And the IUM, for one, they were able to demonstrate to say, if one was to remove IUM from Kurenkuru, this place would become a ghost town. They were able to demonstrate to say, among the people that are supporting the businesses that have come to Kurenkuru, there are learners who are registered and enrolled with them and the other institutions. So that just highlights how important it is for subnational governments through local authorities and regional councils and other partners in development must work together to ensure that indeed we are not only providing skills, but also the environment, because the test of democracy and the test of education is found in the impact that those systems are having in terms of the improvement of the welfare of the people of the country. Honourable Minister, once again, Thank you very much for that. I'm going to call my co-director to usher us into the next items, but just to warm up the stage for her, I have decided to invite back the police dance band to give us 2 selections, and then we will then move on to the next item. Men and women, can we have 2 selections, please? Thank you. Welcome back.
The song that we are going to give you is in Nyanja. They speak this language in Zambia, which means when I was young, pamene ninali mwana mung'ono. Thank you.
Amalume sivana likunifuna olelo nakoma bwanji olelo nakoma bwanji pamene ninali mwana mung'ono ninali mwana wa masiye pamene ninali mwana mung'ono ninali mwana wa masiye amalume sivana likunifuna olelo nakoma bwanji olelo nakoma bwanji pamene ninali mwana mung'ono ninali mwana wa masiye pamene ninali mwana mung'ono ninali mwana wa masiye amalume sivana likunifuna olelo nakoma bwanji olelo nakoma bwanji pamene ninali mwana mung'ono ninali mwana wa masiye pamene ninali mwana mung'ono ninali mwana wa masiye amalume sivana likunifuna olelo nakoma bwanji olelo nakoma bwanji olelo nakoma bwanji olelo nakoma bwanji olelo nakoma bwanji.
The song was entitled When I Was Young. Then the next dance is called Sugar Beyonce dance. Are you ready, student? Everybody clap your hands. Everybody clap your hand. Everybody clap your hand.
Savale.
You know, it's good to see the police doing something entertaining and not only arresting, you know. Yes. Okay, our next item is the draw for the next host of this celebration, which is for next year. So we have the remaining regional councils that have not hosted yet. So the minister will make that draw to choose the host for the celebration of this day in 2025. Honorable Minister, may you come and draw for us our next host for next year.
Okay, do it. Yeah, like this, so that they can see. Yes, now we are going to draw who will be the next host. Tell me, who do you think? Huh? Come here. Maybe you can mention 3 names. Who can volunteer? You are saying Kavango East. Okay, it's mentioned Kavango East, Oshikoto, Zambezi. Or can we make them 5? Kunene. I only have 4. Oshana. Take note of those names. All right. Let's go. Like 1. Here. Can I pick? Can I pick? Yeah? This one. Are they not 2? Yeah? Are they not 2? I'm picking 1. Are you all here? I heard Karas is not here. Haldap is not here. But the rest, you are here. The next region to host is, you mentioned Kunene. Oh? You used to forget so quick. All what you have mentioned is not appearing here. It's true. Yeah. The next host is Omaheke region. Where can I put it? Here. Yes. I'll give it to the. Yeah, I think we are done. Is that?
Yes. Yes, Omaheke. Let's give Omake. That's our next host for next year. I hope in their absence, they are hopefully following over the television and they know that they are going to be our host for next year. So welcoming Omaheke, we are going to call our next performance, who is none rather than MG. MG, the floor is yours. MG. Okay, while MG is coming, if anyone needs a toilet, they are on my right-hand side where you see the policemen seated. Our bathrooms are there, but the others are also outside. You can use this door to go outside. Thank you.
It's actually dedicated to the kids. In life, you need to be polite to everybody so that you get helped. If you are too rude, it will be hard for someone to help you. Okay, yeah, you can play me. Apana kere unona nanipinduka otate nonane moeli mebya tawazigidange rukasa wiza nikulikide ngaro maparuka. So don't you go around doing bad things. What goes around, who comes around, it'll catch you someday. Pili nyoelike, kapisi kurarerera. Dogoro ezu ameguru. Ninahara okure neri ezui. Ipongo kaparuke, pilipo kachiko ageni. And everywhere you go, if you wanna make it one day. Zora no antu, okwane kwafo. And even if I'm gone, you should know one thing. Untiwe kapya gaulirina, tawarongo mnahonge. Aye mama o, wadudu apra, tawarongo mnahonge. Wadudu apra kena. Aye mama o, wadudu apra kena. Apa tunakuru watu minenge kosure kukurongerera no mazwi na gosimbe asitioroko kuwatunda waho kwa wana ono nchirigomwe jioroka kerombe kaka nyamyogu sure na dimbana mana irugana na igwana pandukerongo na gwana nyamyogu sure na dimbana mana irugana na igwana, and my daddy sweat is up in my head. You wanna make it one day, so I know I do. Oh, one kwafo. And even if I'm gone, you should know one thing. Untiwe kapya gauliri, tawarongo mnwahonge. Aye mama oh. Tawarongo mnwahonge. Aye mama oh. Aye. Apana kere unona. Apana kere unona. Anyapana kere unona. Ya Zuvika. Gororo. Asero ngo kasitogoro musinyanga ngenyo ko igwane damna. Ndisa. Okay, are we able to skip? Can we play? Yeah. There's this next song that I did dedicated to my parents. Onana menye mafutira wanona bamana sure yasimpe mwali mamboka bagwa na irugana mwazumba nsase hugo wa rompa kweli. And if you are still in school, don't worry, God is working on it. God doesn't sleep. Sange nengereka piarara, you will be sorted. Even though we are flogged in unemployment, some days it will be okay. Okay? Try playing me. Yeah, sange nenge. Masiku hapa ninapinduka, petata lyo murongo. Nina zuvu onane tawa kaenderere monzogo zao. Tawa tangu na naompa. asimnwange naregama nasurenye simbe mweli membo owa kwetu aranda matua owa kwetu aranda mambo nyame kwange no ana wendi simbe mweli mepata range omba inge nazone tene koili nazona kusirange potate sange ndengere kapyarare maroroka pili mungura tundindire nitawize sange ndengere kapyarare maroroka pili mungura ukuvare nitawize na inyenga iwapa ruhe pore tunga ruhaga marira ngaringa gahaga yosiri tawize na inyenga iwapa ruhe pore tunga ruhaga marira ngaringa gahaga yosiri tawize nareda mukwano mpofu wafange tanifu sintiso wakwetu wanaweke manga hunyu ovikenge makondi wange kuna kulinyenyeta asingwe ndikapiwareta wowakwedi monosuta goge tate vaterange nizeke guru siti gevu neguru dada zuba nkugo zange tate mona ruhe porange wahasigilirange mohunyu zoge wiza oya kumbwidio nane oya wakokote mahodi goruebo mwaroroka pili mungura ndindire nitawize sange ndengere kapyarare mwaroroka mungura ukuvare nitawize na inyenga iwapa ruhe pore tungaruhaga marira nkaringa gahaga yosiri tawize na inyenga iwapa ruhe pore tungaruhaga marira nkaringa gahaga yosiri tawize As Pausupi, we are all facing that difficulty of employment. Like I said in the beginning, that God is working it out. It all depends on how much faith do you have, and the output that you put in as you are searching for job. You should work it out. Don't sit and expect it to come to you. You should go out there and look for it. Yazurika? Okay. Okay. Tango itu mana setupas neina pintu ko mungura ezo alina se hompangazi gidan. So make use of your parents while they are around. Some days they will be gone, so you need to be firm on your own. Being dependent is a disease in a child or anybody. Also, to you parents, don't raise your kid like you never live. Make sure you groom them to perfection before you leave. Okay, play me dedication.
Woke up this morning with tears in my eyes, looking at my sons as they grow into men. Something deep inside just told me, time ain't on my side. I gotta get them all ready before I'm gone. Son, it's tough to be a man in this world, 'cause you gotta get up when you get it up. When temptation comes your way, you push them off. Said it's tough to be a man in this world. And don't forget to always pray to God. He'll guide your ways, 'cause we don't know if Neina Minduko ezuari wentene hompanga zikidange.
mwenzene ompanga zigidange. How will you be nina pinduko ezuari mwenzene ompanga zigidange. How will you be nina pinduko ezuari mwenzene ompanga zigidange. And that's why I need you to be strong right now. Are you guys there? I can't hear you. Are you there? Okay. Kweni mafisa yosili wamwe kuna kuhepa, cause they didn't learn and listen kwa kondi wapa wakere no mwenyo. And it doesn't mean I'm immortal. Ani name zimpenga nife. Hora wakaume wawa kora kunyanga ngenye utururu karono koromo mtweno huru itizilika wane kore fuma deka wako ndingo kwane mwenyo kupupura pevani fuma deke inzinga iwiza nyensene okanderera ngaipita. Ompanga zigidange ngapingo murugana ngapingo murugane. Ompanga zigidange. How will you be nina pinduko etubari mwenzene ompanga zigidange. Pinduko ezuari mwenzene ompanga zigidange. And that's why I need you to be strong like Nina. Pinduko ezuari mwenzene ompanga zigidange. Nina pinduko ezuari mwenzene ompanga zigidange. How will you be pinduko ezuari mwenzene ompanga zigidange. How will you be nina pinduko ezuari mwenzene ompanga zigidange. And that's why I need you to be strong right now. Thank you so much. In short, that song means a lot to me. I'm a father as well. So I told myself I need to make sure my kids grow up well before I leave. And everybody who's having a kid, and if you are a kid, make sure you get enough knowledge from your parents before they leave. I thank you.
Thank you very much, MG, for that performance. Next on our item, we are going to get the vote of thanks from Honorable Joseph Skongosewako, the chairperson of the Kavango West Regional Council. Yes, there comes a time when one man has to thank all the others for what they've done.
Thank you, our program directors, honorable ministers of urban and rural development, honorable deputy minister and honorable Snimbo. There comes a time. I can see that everybody is happy. Bible says there is a time for everything under heaven. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 to 16. And Lucky Dube made a song for that. Honorable Minister, we need to thank you and your team for making this day a reality. I need to join you to say thank you for the organizing team for bringing us together so that we sing the song of Celine Dion. Knowing me, knowing you is the best thing we can do. And for Lucky Dube, different color, one people. We need to sing. Let me, at the onset, thank the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development for the honor bestowed upon our region to host this very prestigious event of celebrating the 2024 Africa Day of Decentralization, Local Governance, and Local Development. It's not easy. It's also another song of the late Lucky Dube. It's not easy, Comrade Minister, but it has been an easy task for your ministry to make this celebration. As a region, we are very happy to have been your host for this event, and we are always happy to have visitors in our midst. Let me again thank the honorable ministers of both MURD and Education, and all our visitors from outside the region. I can see the governors of Omsati. It's not easy to travel from Omsati here. The distance is quite far. Only those who love Namibia can do so. Honorable Njala, we thank you for that. I can see the chairpersons. They are here, Oshikoto with the CRO, Oshana with the CRO, Omsati with the CRO and the governor, Kavango East, where the sun comes from, although the water is flowing towards the east, you are also here. We thank you for making your appearance here in Nkurenkuru. For you also to realize that Nkurenkuru, or Kavango West as the youngest region, we are also running. We are running. In our running, we are making very big mistakes, honorable ministers. And that mistake is to sing the song of Rashama. The system should be push and pull. If we are pushing ministries, it is not a deliberate move, but we also want to grow so that we can be at par with Oshikoto, Oshana, Omsati, Kavango East, Zambezi as well. And commerce, though commerce is getting bigger and bigger all the time, but Kavango East is coming next to you, commerce. If you misbehave, Kavango East will pass you. Directors of ceremonies, let me also use this opportunity to express my gratitude to the Ministry of Environment, Tourism and Forestry for the generous donations of 2 kudus. Take the message to the Honorable Minister with the song of the late Lucky Dube, album number 18. Blessed is the hand that gives, then the hands that take it. We thank the Honorable Minister for making a kudu meet for all of us. In fact, this is equal distribution of natural resources. We must eat together. The story of eating alone must come to an end. An appreciation is also extended to Nkurenkuru Fund Mart for generously donating their lunch suit for use by the media for interviews. We thank them also. It's not only taking money from customers, but you also plow back. Do you know that God does not like selfish people? And that is why we are dying like flies. Another song. If you eat alone, you will be called to order, and then you will be going to heaven to be asked, why are you so selfish? Fanmat, we thank you so much. Lastly, and most importantly, let me show my gratitude to all our visitors who traveled from different regions of our country to witness this celebration today. And most importantly, to our panelists for the insightful presentations and empowering discussions that inspired our young people by giving them ideas on how importance of food productions and consumption of local products. Children, don't forget, Lucky Dube, the song for you. Cry does not pay. Education is the key. And this day has been an enjoyable day. So we think together with Brenda Fassi. Let's speak together. Now, we are calling our system of central to be decentralized to the regions. All the functions that are supposed to be decentralized must be decentralized without delay. The story of saying the region have no capacity is not true. Lucky Dube have a song, Yegana Manga. There's no truth in the world. When you stand for the truth, you will always stand alone. The region is ready, all the regions are ready to receive all the functions with resources. Just decentralize. Don't worry. Don't worry about mismanagement of fund. Those who will mismanage fund will be called to order. If it is not by JA, then by regional council. That's why the court is there. That's why jail is there. For those who mismanage, they will sing a song there in jail. Decentralization, decentralization. So that we sing the song of Bob Marley. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. And then, thank you, thank you. May God bless you.
Please, can I invite you to give the Honorable Chairperson a deserving round of applause? I recall when we were in Okahao for last year's celebrations, and Was it Okahao or Tapi? Okahao. I wanted to test how many of you were there. When Kavango West was announced as the host of this year's celebration, I worship the mayor of that town jumped the highest, just to celebrate with you. Honorable Chairperson, we did not have any doubt that this region, under the able leadership of the governor and your good self, and your team, your administrative team, now led by Madam Elizabeth Kakukuru, who are really the ones who made this possible, that you were going to pull this off. So on behalf of the Honorable Minister and all of us, we want to thank you for hosting us to what we believe is a very successful event. Please give the region another round of applause. And at this point, I am reminded of the words of our departed President, His Excellency Dr. Hage Geingob, when taking stock of the devastating impact of COVID, and we were getting into 2021, he said the following, and I quote, "One does not know one's true strength until one is pushed to the limits. If 2020 taught us one thing, it is the Namibian spirit of bravery, resilience, perseverance, and persistence in the face of adversity." And to conclude, I want to share the following quote from another quote, and it goes as follows. And I want to build on to what the Honorable Chairperson has indicated, which resonates with all of us, that indeed this commemoration in Kavango West region was a great success, and it was not just like any other commemoration that we have had before, because in the past we never had the panel discussion which we had yesterday, which meant a lot of work as compared to the past. And if we have a successful commemoration, it is because there is a belief which is encapsulated in the following quote. "Success is a tasty dish." I'm sure we are all looking forward to having something to eat. "Success is a tasty dish. Patience, intelligence, knowledge, and experience are its ingredients. But hard work is that little salt that makes it tasty and delicious." With this, I want to thank you, and I'm signing off and hand over to my co-director for the rest of the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Edie, for those kind words that you have said about our region and about this event. Going forward, we are coming closer to the end of our program. We are now going to have our anthems. After our anthems, we are going to call our invited guests to join the ministers and the chairperson in taking a group photo here in the front. And then after that, we have exhibitors who are having their exhibitions outside. We are going to go and tour the stalls. While the visitors are going to the stalls, the remaining, the public can remain in here, the students can remain in here, and our lunch will be served in here. So let me now invite us all to stand up for the AU and our national anthems.